Hello and welcome to my HellZerker Amara Build. So this is the build that I've been enjoying the most. I absolutely love it. It's so much fun. I do have another build, the Space Around the Brainstormer, that I use in the Twitch Rivals. That's not this build. I think this one that I'm using now is better overall, and it's so much fun. So I called it the HellZerker just kind of for the name. The Hellwalker is such a fun gun. It is not limited to this gun whatsoever at all, don't worry. Use any gun you want. The Crossroad is utterly fantastic. Brainstormer is, of course, Breath of the Dying, Nighthawking, whatever you want to use. But the Hellwalker is great, thoroughly recommend, and it's fine because we've got infusions so it can punch through shields as well. Just quickly, shield and grenade at the moment, you can go whatever you want. I've gone Transformer and Fastball because we are lacking in a little bit of defense. We can quickly just throw the Fastball at the ground and just get a chunk of shields back. It's fantastic. My artifact, 35% weapon magazine size. This plus Deep Well gives us an extra shot in our Hellwalker. We can fire it twice, which is very, very nice. And then the key, the thing that makes this the phasezerker. On action skill use, Amara gains her maximum rush stat count, but they decay over time. Amara gains 3% weapon damage and 10% action skill rate based on the stacks that we have, and we can have 5 more. So we've got 25 stacks, 75% weapon damage, 250% cooldown rate. It's quite crazy. We're always going to be at max stacks. This allows us to use our action skill way more. We're definitely a siren. We are just throwing out so many abilities, and I love it, and it's amazing. Anyway, on to the spec. So, Mystical Assault. Well, I'll go over the action skills. Literally any of them. I swap between them depending on what kind of mood I'm in, which is kind of why I've gone Do Harm. Even though Phase Grasp and Ties That Bind don't really get affected by Do Harm, it's very, very nice to have. And we need to get to the second tier anyway. Violent Tapestry doesn't do much for us since we're always going to be at max stacks. I've just put 1 point in there just to keep us there. And Fast Hands is fantastic, but even though I normally go Fast Hands, I decided to go Do Harm for this one. Transcend, we're using our action skill a ton, so accuracy and critical hit damage is always welcome. And Restless, which more cooldown rate. Now, even though that's not actually 25%, it's, going to be additive and diminishing returns, so you could put the points into reload speed. I did hear from somebody who was doing testing that this might be bugged. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that one. However, more action skills, never a bad thing. And then we've got Ascendant, which just makes all of our augments better. And in terms of augments, I swap between Soul Sap and Allure, depending on what I'm doing. Neither of these have negative effects. Well, Allure has minus damage, which is why I tend to use it with Ties That Bind. And then if I go over to Phase Cast or Phase Slam, I'll use Soul Sap. On to the next tier, Laid Bare, action skill, more damage. Wrath, action skill, more damage, of course. As far as I know, Awakening should boost our phasezerker because it's based on rush stacks. If it doesn't, well, at least it's still helping us with Do Harm. If this confirms to not help phasezerker, I'll put a pinned comment in the comments below letting you know, and just move these points over to Remnant and then put another point in From Rest or something. And then of course Avatar, we can use our action skill twice per cooldown, and our cooldown is crazy, so we can be constantly activating our action skill with this one. I love it so much. It's so good. Right, and also, of course, plus 10 maximum rush stacks, which also increases our cooldown rate and our gun damage and everything. On to Fists of the Elements. Now, Anima. They nerfed dots from Alien Barrel Shotties, which were the strongest dots in the game. So, these dots aren't very good. It's all about the gun damage with these. So whilst they're elemental, it's still about the gun damage, not the damage of the time. The damage of the time is so small compared to the gun damage that we'll be doing, so we're not basing it on dots at all. So we're going to put our points into Steady Hands, which is handling and accuracy, very, very nice for our Hellwalker. This plus Transcend allows our Hellwalker to just snipe, it's fantastic. And then I've gone 5 out of 5 in Infusion. When I first read the skill, I didn't really like it, but we need to get down to Deep Well tier anyway, so we need to put the points somewhere. It's the best one that we've got, and since using it, I've grown to like this a lot, since if you have your shock action skill element active, plus the HellWalker, you can just punch right through shields, but because it's a HellWalker still, you punch right through their health as well. Super, super useful. I love it a ton. Tempest, one of Amara's best skills. Try and always, always, always get this. It's a free 30% damage, and then a free 50% damage on all shock. Fantastic. 1 point in Wildfire, just to get us down to this tier. 1 point in Dread. Not active all the time if we're not using Phase Grasp, but as I say, we need the points to get us down in the tree. And it's very, very useful when we are using Phase Grasp and Ties Like Bind. Now, onto Tier 4, we've got Deep Well, which allows us to get that second shot in the HellWalker. Catharsis, because pretty explosions and we need the points again. And Indiscriminate, the best skill in this tier. Ricochet, bullets going everywhere. Just more damage output that's going out to all the enemies. So, very, very useful. And then we've got 2 points in Sustainment for just some sustain, as you would expect. 3 points in Conflicts from the class mod. Yeah, unfortunately the class mod skills aren't fantastic. I forgot what the third one is. It might be Clarity. Don't quote me on that one. I just went for the health regen and grenade damage, because grenade damage, fastball, healing. You can get a better phasezerker than this, obviously. But just the core ability itself is worth it. Anyway, that was the build. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Back for more.
Barely worth the sweat. Making headlines. Beautiful, just gorgeous.
Bad move!
Feel the power.
You're Chewie! Now punch me!
Drum, a dance, a feels so good. I'm gonna hold them forever. You are fine. Grabbed an idiot.
Die! Awaken!
Not much further to go. And so it ends.
Stop struggling.
Back off, rat!
Coursing through my veins.
Respect your elders! Slay them all!
I can feel the power. Way too easy.
Some skill has been demonstrated.